Right, I'm making a quick video. I am at York Railway Museum. It's not far from the station. If you're coming by train, I would say it's about a 5-minute walk from the train station. Don't follow the signs for the way out of the station. In the station, there's signs to National Railway Museum. Follow them signs and you can't go wrong. The museum is open from 10 till 5, 7 days a week, and the entrance is free. I think it's one of them things, great for kids. If you're coming to York and you're thinking, oh, I'll have a walk around the Shambles or whatever, shopping, and think, right, all right, we'll go and do the Railway Museum. All the locos, you can get your hands on them and you can touch them. And as you can see in front of me here, we have got an A4 Pacific loco, the Mallard. This is the loco that broke the steam engine speed record in 1938. I think it was near where I live. It was between sort of like Little Bytham and Essendine. And the engine went out with what's known as a dyno car on the back. And that records the speed of the loco. Obviously back then we didn't have satellite navigation, so the dyno car had like charts on it and needles on it, and it would record the speed, and I think the speed was 126 miles an hour, which hasn't been broken since for a steam engine. So that is maybe the best thing in the museum, an A4 Pacific Mallard. I guess along with sort of like Flying Scotsman, it's sort of a well-known loco. We've got a loco here that's been sort of cut open, so you can see the inside, and you can see the all the pipes in the boiler for the steam and how the pistons work. I guess if you're on a school project or something like that, it's quite handy to know how a steam engine works. And then basically the steam goes down them pipes. There's what's this part here that's the firebox. That's where the coal goes in. The coal heats the water, causes pressure. The pressure goes down the pipes into the cylinders, and then runs the wheels. We've also got, which is similar to the Mallard, we've got a Coronation series engine. This is an LMS streamlined locomotive, and I think it was trying to do the same sort of thing as the Mallard. They built it thinking, right, we'll take an ordinary, I think underneath it's a Princess Elizabeth class engine. And what they've done is, Duchess of Hamilton, that's what it is. Then what they've done is they've put this fairing on it to make it more aerodynamic, in the hope that it would go quicker. I think that these Coronation class have got a bit more pulling power than the A4 Pacifics. Obviously, it didn't do the speed. It didn't do the speed record, but they've probably got a bit more oomph in pulling. Now down here, I'm going to show you. I've been behind one of these many times. The last time I came to the Railway Museum was when I was 15, and I think Mallard would have been here and this sort of thing, but back then there wasn't any diesels. Now this is a 47 class locomotive, and I remember, as a boy, my dad taking me on trips around engine sheds and going on railway trips. And before we had the high-speed train, oh look, Prince William. Before we had the high-speed train, this is what you'd get. You'd get a 47 class loco pulling passenger coaches. Look, and what I want to do, I just want to tell a story. I know I used to work with somebody There's the canteen, look over there. I used to work with somebody who came here on a school trip when he was a boy, I think when he was sort of 15. He's a bit older than me. And his name's Big G, and he's from Grantham. He's well-known panel wireman in Grantham. And you imagine he walked in, he went around the Railway Museum on a school trip when he was probably like 15, something like that. And I remember him telling me that he went into the museum shop, and in the museum shop they were selling off sort of British Railway merchandise and things like that, and old booklets. And in a bin in the shop, you know, just sort of chucked in a bin for sale, I think there was something like 50p each, was a engineer's manual for a 47 locomotive. And basically it told you everything you needed to know about the starting procedure, how to drive it, how to start it. I mean, I can't imagine if we go into the shop that will happen today, because obviously it's like a terrorist thing, isn't it? You imagine having a manual that would tell you how to start the loco and you know, how to run it, sort of thing. Could be like 9/11 again, couldn't it? Right, I'll tell you what else we've got. I think these are the Eurotunnel trains, I think. So I think we've got a front end of a Eurotunnel locomotive, yeah. And then we've got a complete, round here, we've got a complete Eurotunnel loco. Look. I don't know, I've been on these quite a few times. Nice sort of thing. The old Eurostar train. I'd say it's nice to see, you know, they say they've got diesels in here. Oh, this is what I was on about, the HST. Again, that was after the 47. This was, so, you know, after the 47, then we trips, you would have one of these, an Intercity 125 HST high-speed train. Look. I do believe down here they've got a Japanese bullet train as well that you can actually walk through. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the outside, and then we'll have a walk in the old Japanese bullet train. No, I don't think you can get in it. I think you can just look through it. Maybe. Yeah, so there you go. One Japanese bullet train. Even got its lights on. And we'll have a walk down these stairs just to see whether you can get into it or look into it. I don't know. But to say, I'm quite impressed with the museum. It's definitely worth a visit. You know, the fact it's free as well. I did give a £5 donation. That's what they'd like you to do when you walk in. I'm walking around now. I think it's about 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, so it's not that busy, which is nice. You know, you can have a sort of you've got a gantry look with some old-fashioned signals on. Oh, you can go through. That's something in it. So yeah, you know, it gives you an idea I'll tell you what, God, there's some room in this. Look at that. It's not like the UK trains. There you go, look. Me sat in a Japanese bullet train. Yeah, there's loads of room. A very pleasant experience it would be. Yeah, sort of like 3 rows of seats on this side and then 2 rows on that side. Very good. A lot of room as well. You know, look at the amount of room you get. It's not like our trains. Look. There's also some foreign steam locos in here. This is a foreign steam loco. Sort of thing you would have got on Von Ryan's Express. You know, pulling Allied soldiers during the war, or German soldiers during the war. But and then down here what we've got, which is, I know this was one of my dad's favourite locos, we've got Evening Star. Now my dad was building one of these, he was building an O-gauge model of one of these. I think he got sort of halfway through it and he sort of gave up and then he died. I got it, I inherited it. But to be honest, I ended up selling it because it was a mammoth thing to try and to finish it off. It was beyond me. But what we can do, I remember him modelling the cab and the inside of the cab, and he put matchsticks on the floor so it looked like the wooden floor planks in the cab sort of thing. And you can look in the cab, and inside this O-gauge model that he had all the dials like that and all the copper work. So yeah, Evening Star. This is a locomotive that was made under British Rail. So like some of the locos, when you're looking at the locos in here, like the A4 we looked at, Mallard, that's an LNER locomotive, and the Coronation class, that's an LMS locomotive. This is a locomotive that was constructed under British Rail, and it's actually a 9F locomotive. It was designed for freight. It was a freight loco. My dad's, the model he had, that's what he was going to build as a 9F, as a freight locomotive. But I think to sort of celebrate the class, they made the first one, Evening Star, and then they were going to use it for pulling passengers. And like I said, it's nice, you know, the fact you can get up close and touch the metalwork and the wheels, and it's got a great smell in here as well. When you're sort of walking around, you know, it sort of reminds you of you know, going around looking at steam engines. We've got a Class 20 locomotive here, look, on this. This is a turntable. Look, we've got a big turntable, which they use for turning the locos round if you're doing single line working and you need the loco to run the other way. These Class 20s are normally used in pairs, so you'd have 2 of them pulling freight locos, things like that. And there's actually a Class 20 was, if you've ever watched the film Goldeneye, James Bond film, there's a Class 20 and they've painted it black and put a Russian star on it. And that's what they've used for the film. Right, so that's all I'm doing for now. That's just a quick video of an idea. So well worth a visit, York Railway Museum. Okay, thanks a lot. Cheers, bye.